Phone on, good, we're all set. All right, here we go. I'd like to call to order our city council meeting. It's Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. The time is now 7:00 p.m. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silent meditation. Okay, first item is roll call.
Mayor Nickel,
Here.
Deputy Mayor Gerton,
Present.
Councilmember Dyer,
Here.
Councilmember Net,
Here.
Councilmember Romy. Here. Also in attendance, City Manager Coffey and Attorney Carl Bone by phone.
Okay, we can move on to additions, deletions, or changes to the agenda, if any. Does anyone in council have any changes they would like to see?
I'd like to throw the Bay Drive traffic study on the agenda.
That, and then there's the other item, which is the Riverside Park Drive, Brevard County project. But starting off with the Bay Drive one, should council, is that a consensus thing? Okay, so everybody good with that one? On the other one, on the Riverside Park Drive County project, I've had a look at some of the documents floating around out there. We can have a discussion about that one, but I think we're a little early to that one. There's a lot more to come. We don't even have a plan from the county on that yet. So that's one thing that we don't have. So it'd be hard to speak with any authority on that. And then the second thing is there's a potential boundary dispute I think we all know about. But again, that gets into a kind of a private dispute between a private landowner and the county.
I would agree with that. Yeah, a little
So
early.
I'm a little reluctant to include that as an agenda item.
The only reason I had added that is at the request of the residents on Bella Coola, and they wanted to see that we are being proactive and aware of the situation.
Okay.
And I agreed with them on that, although I know exactly what you were talking about, that this is a resident and county issue.
Yeah, and I think there's more to come, and I think there will be a time and place for us to definitely be here to discuss both issues potentially.
Definitely is an issue, but
Okay. All right, so we will not add that to the agenda. All right, on to item number 6A is the presentations, proclamations, and introductions. This will be for the accreditation presentation. Chief Butler, I understand you have a presentation you want to give to us.
Also, there are approximately 373 law enforcement agencies in the state of Florida. Approximately 173 of those agencies are accredited. I'm pleased to announce that we are now one of those agencies.
Yeah.
The accreditation is a coveted award that symbolizes professionalism, excellence, and competency. The Commission for Florida Law Enforcement Accreditation is responsible for setting and maintaining the high standards of professionalism in Florida law enforcement. Accreditation is achieved through a rigorous review process by CFA assessors to ensure compliance with established standards, which cover a variety of aspects within the agency operations, including administrations, internal affairs, investigations, use of force, and training. The CFA, the Commission, is recognized as a premier state of Florida premier law enforcement accreditation program in the United States. There are 236 standards that govern almost every aspect of law enforcement. There are 195 standards that apply to Indian Harbor Beach. There were 41 standards that didn't apply. There's a standard on SWAT teams. We don't have a SWAT team, so obviously that doesn't apply to us. So those are why some of those standards didn't apply. Of the 195 standards that apply, some are considered mandatory standards and some considered optional standards. If it is a mandatory standard, then you must achieve that standard or you will not be accredited. An optional standard is a standard that that agency can elect to waive if they choose to. For an example, a mandatory standard would be a department must have a directive on the process that establishes internal affairs, discipline, counseling, things of that nature. An optional standard would be something where it would fall under the same standard heading, but it would be securing those records. I'm pleased to announce of the 195 standards that everything that could apply to us, we actually achieved. We waived no standards. You're allowed to waive 20% of the optional standards, but we chose to apply all the standards. So that was a pretty big deal. The process takes about 2 years. We began shortly after we moved into the new police department. If you recall, the old police department, it just wouldn't have met standards. There's no way we could have been accredited. It just wouldn't have met the standards. I'm proud of all the members of the police department. They all came together to make this happen. Without them, this wouldn't have happened. I'd be remiss if I didn't have a special recognition and note that the hard work that Lisa German put in. She's the accreditation manager. In most departments, that is a lone job all by itself. That is all they do is accreditation, often with help, people assigned to them to help with the process. Lisa only not does that job, she's also my administrative assistant, so she does 2 jobs in the department. She worked tirelessly to make sure this happened. She worked with everyone in the department to prepare them for it, which really stood out during the assessment. So Lisa deserves a lot of the credit for this, and I'd like to thank her for everything she did for that. We have 3 years, and we have to do the whole process all over again. So she's working on it. She's working on it as we speak.
Still smiling, too.
Yeah, she just already started working on the reaccreditation. So I want to thank the council members that came out to our accreditation ceremony. Councilmember Dyer, Susan, Councilmember Susan Romay, and Mayor Nickel. I appreciate you guys coming and standing with us. If you saw, I think we were the only city that had their council members show up to stand with them when they achieved this. So that shows the support that you guys gave us to make sure that this happened. So thank you. That's it.
Okay, congratulations to you, and thanks again. Okay, next is Veterans Day proclamation. It's my understanding there is nobody here for that. Okay, so we've signed that, and we will make sure that gets to them. And then next I have, it's not written in the agenda, but I have a very special proclamation that I want to present to somebody here tonight. Oh, there it is. Look at this. All right, Frank, this is for you. You look thrilled. Bear with me. This is going to take a little while. Okay. So this is proclamation, City of Indian Harbor Beach, Florida, Frank Girton Appreciation Day, November 4th, 2025. In grateful recognition of Deputy Mayor Frank Girton's years of outstanding service, leadership, and devotion to the people of Indian Harbor Beach, the City Council proudly proclaims a special day in his honor. whereas the city of Indian Harbor Beach proudly celebrates the remarkable service, leadership, and friendship of Frank Curtin, whose dedication has left a lasting mark on our community, and whereas originally from Brooklyn, New York, Frank has called Indian Harbor Beach home since 1973, sharing more than 5 decades of community life with friends and neighbors who have come to admire his humor, humility, and steady hand. And whereas after earning a football scholarship to Eastern Kentucky University and later completing his master's degree, Frank began a distinguished teaching and coaching career that spanned 35 years at Satellite High School, where he inspired countless students both in the classroom and on the field. And whereas Frank and his beloved wife, Joanne, have shared 57 wonderful years of marriage, raising 3 children, Alicia, Brian, and Matthew, who all grew up in our local schools, reflecting the family's deep roots and love for the community. And whereas, when not teaching or raising a family, Frank could often be found in the ball fields coaching Little League Baseball, while Joanne served faithfully as team mother, scorekeeper, and concessionaire, together making a difference in the lives of so many young people. And whereas, Frank's commitment to civic service began long before his elected office, with 23 years of volunteer service on the city's Planning and Zoning Board, demonstrating his passion for responsible growth and preserving the quality of life that makes Indian Harbor Beach special. And whereas, appointed to the City Council on February 26, 2013, to fill an unexpired term, Frank went on to earn the trust and respect of our residents, always serving with honesty, common sense, and a genuine love for his city. And whereas his leadership extends far beyond City Hall, as he proudly represents Indian Harbor Beach on the Florida League of Cities Transportation and Intergovernmental Relations Committee, the Space Coast Transportation Planning Organization, the Space Coast League of Cities Governing Board, and the Satellite Beach Public Library Advisory Board. And whereas, in 2023, Frank's colleagues recognized his steady leadership and wise counsel by selecting him as deputy mayor, a role he has embraced with dedication, humility, and the same quiet strength that has defined his entire public service career. And whereas Frank's years of commitment, character, and friendship have made him not only a respected public servant, but a beloved member of the Indian Harbor Beach family. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Mayor and City Council of the City of Indian Harbor Beach, Florida, that Tuesday, November 4th, 2025, shall be celebrated as Frank Curtin Appreciation Day in recognition of his extraordinary service, leadership, and lifelong devotion to the people of our community.
Thank you, Scott, and company. You guys have done a fantastic job. I'm not going to talk, but I knew I was in trouble when my family came in here. I knew something was happening. But when I look around here, there's a lot of friendly faces and faces of people that have also dedicated to the city and to the well-being of our community, just like the police department. You're going after it, you're getting it done. Lisa, you're getting after it, you're getting it done. The city takes on more work. I'm just a little bitty pie of it, that's all, have been. But the city takes on work, and I know everybody here, just really works their butt off and smiles when they do it. Especially Susan. See that smile?
Well, let's get you down here for a couple of pictures. And
Come on.
come on.
I wear my sunglasses or my regular bag? Okay. Yeah, come on, guys. Come up here. Hold it. Hold it. Yeah, actually, oh, Joe, you have. Hold it.
Got a little something for you. So,
I told her for the softball team.
It is. Play next week. You ready?
Next week?
You ready? All right. We're gonna play. Thank you, Frank.
There you go.
Victoria Sport.
I also want to recognize that we have some visitors from our sister city, Satellite Beach, here tonight. We have Steve Osmer, mayor of Satellite Beach. Jody Rozicki, council member. And Brittany Rutherford, city manager. That's all you guys brought, right? Okay. All right. All right.
Can we make every day a Frank Appreciation Day?
Yeah,
No, that's enough.
you can wear your hat if you want.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's right.
I can be a testament.
Police, I'll wear
There we
it.
go.
Police and fire. Police and fire. Public Works too. Public Works. Haven't forgot. Okay, I'll have my public Works hat on tomorrow.
There's so many in this city that can actually have an attestment to the influence you've had on this city. And I'm actually one of them. You were my coach. And he never really gave me a lot of advice. The only thing I can remember was get up. And so I can't say enough about you, Frank, and what you've done for the city and for the people that live here, especially the students that you've had over the years.
It helps when you have good students, you know, mamas and daddies did a good job, went to good schools and got into good activities. And here you are. Adam too, Scott, perfect.
I'm the most surprising of them all.
Yeah.
My old friends see me and they just start laughing. Ow.
Got you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, moving along, I guess. Item number 7, approval of minutes. This is for the regular city council meeting from October 14, 2025. Does anyone have any changes? Okay, hearing none, I'll sign those into the record. On to reports, item 8A, city manager's report. City Manager Coffey.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, council members, residents here and watching at home. A few informational items. Last week, I signed a work order from our stormwater consultant for the annual STAR report and other work. It was higher than anticipated, therefore I transferred $17,263.31 from the city manager's contingency. The work order and contingency tracker is attached. The Algonquin Sports Complex expansion project, the contractor is currently putting the subsurface portion of the multipurpose field down and restarted yesterday work on the access road between Osceola and Crispino parking lots. Osceola Drive sidewalk project started yesterday, and if you have not been down Osceola, they are moving quickly. Yesterday they removed aprons and framed them out, and I believe they were poured today. They are making good progress, and we've had zero issues with the adjacent property owners. Property, as previously discussed at the last meeting, staff is working on draft ordinances to address property maintenance code revisions. We anticipate first reading of those 3 ordinances being on the December 9th meeting. Last week, I notified you that Police Chief Butler had applied for 2 grants, one for a drone and training and one for a replacement car. Happy to report both grants were awarded to the city last week. So kudos to Police Chief Butler for helping conserve local resources. The September revenue and expenditure report is attached. It's the end of fiscal year 25. The general fund ended with $11,700,000 in revenue and $11,200,000 in expenditures. Normally, those percentages of budget are much higher, but this year we had some very large grant funding projects and use of fund balance for Algonquin, skewing those percentages down. The Stormwater Utility Fund remains largely the same as last year, and ARPA ended the year approximately $600,000 in expenditures. The balance will be rolled forward into next year. We had one employee recognition, Sergeant Wimmer. Police Chief Butler received a compliment on our city's webpage. Wanted to thank Sergeant for his response in a medical call and the kindness he showed. Tentative items for the next regular council meeting on November 12th includes anticipated resignation from the tree board and authorization to advertise the vacant positions, swearing in new council members, council reorganization, requesting scheduling a workshop for the first of the year about the muck removal project, and first reading of the, and that should be the fiscal 26 roll forward budget amendment. And a lot of things coming up. Veterans Day ceremony starts a prelude at 10 a.m. and the ceremony starts at 10:30 on Veterans Day in Gleason Park. Councilmember Nutt and Chief Information Officer Dominic Hamilton will be speakers. And that concludes my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Next is City Attorney's report. Carl, do you have anything for us?
No, sir. I do have a call in the Attorney General's office regarding the status of our opinion. Of course, I didn't speak to anybody, but I'm familiar with that.
Okay, thank you. Next is council comments. We'll start with Deputy Mayor Frank Girton.
I just want to thank everybody that participated and made this a big day. I just say thank you.
Councilmember Nutt.
I'm just going to reiterate it again, how much we need to say thank you to you, and I'm glad we have in this way. And you're definitely going to be missed.
Councilmember Rummy.
I echo everyone's sentiments on Frank, but I have a feeling he'll still be around in certain ways. Also, just want to, Chief Butler and Lisa did such a great job with the accreditation. It was an honor to be there and see what it was all about. And can't say enough. I know how much work you guys put into it, and that was awesome. And also, Kristen Cusmano put together a great trunk or treat event, as always. And look forward to the Veterans Day thing that we're having on the 11th. So that's about it.
Okay. Councilmember Dyer.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate as well. It's been an honor to serve on this dais with you, Frank, and looking forward to seeing you around. I know you'll be involved. So, also wanted to say another good job with Trunk or Treat. Each year it gets bigger and better. There was packed this time. I thought that I had to kick people out of that parking lot, but good job.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to echo the sentiments of Councilmember Romy, and we all enjoyed our time at the accreditation ceremony. That was very well done. Absolute honor to be there for sure. Deputy Mayor Girton, Frank, You've been great. It's been very nice serving with you on council. Sad to see you go, but I'm glad to see that you're moving on to something that's hopefully more relaxing than this. Hopefully a lot more golf. I don't know, but it's been an honor serving with you on this council. Okay, next is on to public comments for non-public hearing items only. If there's anyone out in the public that wishes to come up and speak, please step forward, state your name and address, and you'll have 3 minutes to do so. Seeing none, move along to item number 9, which is unfinished business, which we have none, so we'll go on to item 10. So 10A is public hearing and second reading of ordinance number 2025-07 micromobility regulations.
Ordinance number 2025-07, an ordinance of the City of Indian Harbor Beach, Florida, adding Article 7 to Chapter 19 of the Code of Ordinances of the city to be known as micromobility and other devices, providing for definitions, providing for regulations concerning the operation of micromobility and other devices on municipal streets and other areas, providing for penalties and enforcement, providing for severability, repeal and codification, providing an effective date.
Thank you. City Manager Coffey.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. On September 24th, the City Council held a workshop to get input from residents regarding micromobility, and they provided direction to staff regarding drafting of an ordinance. City Attorney Bone developed an initial draft that Chief Butler and I reviewed with him and made some modifications. As required by Florida statutes, a business impact estimate is attached. At our last meeting on October 14th, the City Council approved Ordinance 2025-07 on first reading. Staff recommends adoption on second reading.
Okay, thank you. This is a public hearing, so I'll open the hearing. I will open this to the public. If anyone wishes to come up and speak, come up and state your name and address, and you'll have 3 minutes. Being none, I will close the public hearing. Oh, we do. Okay. Can you please come up? Please come up and state your name and address.
Go to Harbor Drive West where it connects with Bay Drive East. I just want to make sure the Bay Drive East traffic study is still going to be discussed.
Okay, that's so there's going to be a public forum here shortly.
Okay.
Can you come up then and say the same thing? This is
Absolutely.
for a specific item.
Okay.
It's a different item. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's all right. Okay. Now I'll close the public hearing and bring it back to council. Anybody have any comments on council?
No comments. Like to make a motion to approve ordinance number 2025-07 on the second reading.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Dyer, second by Councilmember Nutt. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign.
Nay.
You had a nay. Okay. All right, so motion carries 4-1. Okay, item 10B, Police Department Vehicle Piggyback Award of Contract. City Manager Coffey.
The fiscal year 26 budget contains $112,000 in the capital department to replace one police vehicle and purchase an additional vehicle for the lieutenant's position. The city code of ordinances permits the city to piggyback on other government agency contracts. Staff secured a bid based on the Florida Sheriff's Association state contract. This recommended purchase will replace a 2019 vehicle and add an additional vehicle to the fleet. The budgetary savings on the purchase is $17,000. Additionally, as itemized in the backup, there is an overage in the planned vehicle purchase, which is $11,473. So there is net savings. Of note, this is what I mentioned under my manager's report, that $52,000 of this purchase will be reimbursed through a grant. Therefore, staff recommends City Council award piggyback contract not to exceed $98,000 to purchase 2 police department vehicles and authorize staff to transfer the balance of the budget to the city manager's contingency account.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone on council have any comments? Entertain a motion.
I make a motion to award a piggyback contract not to exceed $98,000 to purchase 2 police department vehicles and authorize staff to transfer the balance of fiscal year 26 project budget to the city manager's contingency account.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Rumi, second by Deputy Mayor Gerton. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. All right, although it's not on the printed version of our agenda, we mentioned the Bay Drive traffic study findings. We've all been provided with an agenda item, a printed version of that. Hopefully everyone has become familiar with that. And so I'll turn that over to City Manager Coffey.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. On May 14th, at a request of a resident, the City Council directed staff to hire a traffic consultant for a warrant study of Harbor Drive West and Bay Drive East. We secured the services of LTG Engineering and Planning, and we received the attached report on October 20th that I forwarded to the City Council prior to the meeting. They have a recommendation about site of distance, which is something Chief Lewis had talked about previously that we are going to be addressing in one of the ordinances in December. They also recommend installing an all-way stop at Bay Drive East, Harbor Drive West. Chief Butler was the lead person on this project. He can answer any specific questions you have.
Okay. Chief, do you want to speak to anything on this? Or
The report's pretty self-explanatory. The one thing I would like to add that I was able to speak with Todd, and Todd was able to get with some of his vendors, just to give you an idea of what the cost would be to implement an all-way stop there at that intersection, to include the stop signs and the thermal graphics on painting the roads. It'd be roughly $6,000 to do an all-way stop there and get it up to speed and DOT approved.
okay. So yeah, the recommendations are for the all-way stop, and then also to remove vegetation that is obstructing the site visibility triangle. I certainly agree with doing the all-way stop. I trust their recommendations in the study. Sounds like we need to have conversation. If we're going to do this, we need to have conversation with the property owner of the one corner about removal of those, I don't know if those look like they're palm trees.
There's several palm trees there.
Right. So that might be an interesting conversation. I'm sure they're not going to want to part with their trees, but they are in the grass strip between the sidewalk and the curbing, and that's creating the obstruction of visibility. So that's my only comments on this. Frank, any comments? Dave?
So the way that the study was conducted, it says for the all-way stop, but their conclusion was for site distance and other factors. Did that include the stop sign as far as how I'm reading it?
The way it's written, I had to read it twice to make sure that were they recommending one or both.
Right. I just want to make sure there's nothing open-ended.
It's recommending both. It's basically saying that the always stop situation is warranted. It met their warrant criteria, 2 of them that they had. So it was sufficient to meet that warrant criteria. And then it also recommended to also remove the trees that are within
that I saw.
Visibility.
That's one of the things that was actually clear.
An additional speed sign as well. We'll make sure it gets up there, and we'll put that on the list for one of the electronic speed signs, because that is one of the areas that is a recurring issue. So we'll try to put one of those electronic speed signs up there eventually as well.
Councilmember Rumi?
No comment.
Councilmember Dyer?
Yeah, I would agree with the findings in the study as far as the all-way stop there.
Okay, there was somebody who came up to speak about this item. You can go ahead and speak now. There's a public forum after this, but go ahead and do it now since the item is up. State your name and address.
Kristen Mason, 202 Harbor Drive West. So after this meeting, we'll decide yes, implementation of an all-way stop. Is that what I'm gathering?
Depends on how the vote goes.
Right, okay. And I think one thing that the study did not give a lot of focus to is just the sheer amount of traffic that comes through this purely residential area. And also the number of children, families with young children. If you remember, back in April, I came and I stated there were at least, 20 families with small children, particularly that are, in the blocks bordering this area. And there's lots of park traffic. So I do think the visibility would definitely be benefited by removing some of the shrubbery, but I really do think the always stop is also necessary based on the high flow of traffic and the number of pedestrians, especially children pedestrians going to the park.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's
Thank you very
about it.
much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Council, pleasure. I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to implement the findings of the study with a all-way stop at Bayshore Drive and apologize. Second. Harbor Drive West, thank you.
And what about the tree?
Oh, and the potential, or the removal of the shrubbery within the new ordinance that we're getting ready to implement. Second.
Okay. I have a motion by Councilmember Dyer, a second by Deputy Mayor Gerton. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. All right, next is public forum. Anyone in the public wish to come up and speak, state your name and address, and you'll have your 3 minutes. Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
A motion by Councilmember Dyer, second by Deputy Mayor Gerton. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0, and we are adjourned.
Good meeting.
Sir.
Thank you, Alvin.